Thanks, Jace. Whenever I talked to head coach Frank Selfo and defensive coordinator Chris Latchney, they both told me that over the bye week, the main focus was paying attention to those finer details being pre-snap communication and avoiding penalties. Have reported injuries on both sides of the ball, McNeese having 4 out of 11 scholarship linemen out because of injuries. And then on the defensive side of the ball for Southeastern, Selfo told me in an interview that a few of his guys are banged up, but they will make the field because in practice, he said, injuries are not a concern of his. Carson, Jace, back to you. Thanks, Richie. Whenever I talked to interim head coach for the Lady Colonels, Alexis Cable, she told me that even though they didn't have any games over the fall, that they had their biggest victory with bonding and creating communication with the 15 new freshmen they had straight out of high school. Then on the Southeastern side of things, this will be the first season that the Southeastern Lady Lions will be undefeated since 2015. I mentioned that to Coach Chris McBride, and he told me that that's not their focus. Their focus is game-to-game improvement and keeping their eyes set on the Southland Conference Tournament that begins on Tuesday. Richie, back to you. So tell me how you feel about Cody's performance in the last 2 games.
Yeah, he played really well the first game. Yeah, really well the first game, and they struggled a little bit against Incarnate Ward. That's it. We couldn't block the defense, and we made some mistakes. But it's going to be a challenge tonight. These are 2 good football teams.
You're broken, and so were hearts in Strawberry Stadium on Thursday night. Even though Cole Kelly passed up Brian Bennett's 2014 record of 16 rushing touchdowns on the season, he still said it was a heavy night here in Hammond. Even though the game ended the way that it did, they have a playoff bid against Florida A&M this Saturday. The defense needs to step up their game in the run game, though, because Bishop Bonnet, the leader in rushing yards with 934 yards on the season, will be playing on Saturday night here in Strawberry Stadium. Reporting for the last time for the big game in Strawberry Stadium, I'm Lily Gayle. Jordan and Matthew Wright, I know he did really well, but talk a little bit about Orlando Jordan.
Yeah, great play on that one. It was a post route. He got up over the top, out-jumped the guy and fought it away, and those are the plays you expect from somebody like Orlando.
Yes, sir. Thank you again, and congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course.
The Southeastern Lions football team have had a stellar start to their season. They have 147 points on the season and 49 points averaging per game. They're led by quarterback Cole Kelly, who won the Walter Payton Award this past season and already a front runner for this 2021 season as well. So they're starting conference play this Saturday against McNeese. So tell me what you think the Cowboys defense may need to worry about with this stellar offense that
Thanks, Carson. I'm standing here with now Zai Alexander. Zai, so you were the first team All-Southland performer with 6 interceptions on the season as a freshman out of 16 team interceptions. What do you think's gotten you this far?
I just got to thank the man above and thank my coaches and my teammates. Without them, nothing is possible. You know, each and every day in the team room, we push each other to be great. But like I said, I'm not too worried about the interceptions. I'm just focused on winning the game and going to the next round.
Y'all's defense played exceptionally well against Florida A&M. What have you guys changed in practice, if anything, and what can you guys carry over into the game against James Madison?
We know we could be one and done, so we just go out there and we compete. We got to play with the same intensity, if not more intensity, if we want to go to the next round.
So tell me a little bit about what you guys have done in practice to go against Cole Johnson, who is right now a front runner for the Walter Payton Award.
We didn't do nothing. We just go out there and practice and do the same thing. We've been doing it all year. We got to just go out there and get the stops so we get the ball back to our offense.
So tell me what the atmosphere and mindset is like here on the practice field in the locker room, since y'all are going to an away game in Virginia. Southeastern has never won an away playoff game before. So what's the mindset going into this game?
Our mindset is the same we have every year. Go out there and get as many stops and turnovers as we can so we get the ball back to our offense.
So what can the Lions do to advance to the quarterfinals in the playoff rounds?
In order for us to advance, each player got to do their own job. We can't just depend on the next person. Everybody do their own job, and we go get the win.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the big game. I'm Lily Gayle, next to my good friend Carson Frio. And on today's show, we'll take a look at the Saints NFC South battle with Tom Brady and the Bucs. The Lions had a number of different defensive heroes in the win against McNeese, but arguably the most important person was defensive coordinator Raymond Monica. Monica is in his first year with the Lions, and he is standing by with one of our own of the crew, Jermaine Kelly. Jermaine? Welcome back to the big game, everybody. I'm Pick and Roll host Lily Gayle alongside my good friend Jermaine Kelly. Jermaine, let's get just straight into it. UIW gave the Lions their first Southland loss of the season. I know that stung for them. It was a 55-52 victory over them. Matteo Rengifo missed a field goal or two during the game. They just didn't have a good offense in some places as a whole, even though they had some records broken with Austin Mitchell breaking the most receiving yards in program history. What do you think they could have done better during that game? I absolutely agree with that. I believe also that Donnell McGee on defense with the Southeastern Lions and Zaya Alexander have been extremely essential, getting those interceptions and getting those 1-yard stops right at the end zone. I also think that Alexis Ramos needs to be put in more. He is on the field, but he's not making the stops that he used to. And I think that he was essential in 2019, but he needs to get out there and make the plays that he used to.
Possibilities, a force to be reckoned with. I'm proud and thankful to say that I'm a part of a Miss America organization that is 100 years old and continues to change thousands of women's lives, including my own. So for the last time, a senior sports communication major with a completed minor in business administration from Hammond, Louisiana. I am Miss Southeastern Louisiana University 2021 Lily Gayle.
Pageantry. Yes, you're probably thinking of towers and tiaras and wondering why in the world I'm talking about this on a sports show. Well, let me answer that question for you. Because it is a sport. Now, before you start going, oh, come on, Lily, it's just beautiful women parading around in dresses going for a crown, let me explain. Pageantry in most systems or leagues, if we want to put it in sports talk, have phases where the young lady must train physically and mentally to be at the top of their game every single day. Women train endlessly, like a football player, because it's their full-time job, just like any other athlete. They watch other competitions, they train, they eat what is needed to maintain a competition-ready body, training sometimes even multiple times a day. They practice, dressed out, literally every day. They watch film and are coached by the best in the world. All for what? Maybe 20 minutes on stage, if that. You see, the amount of training that goes into this sport is sometimes more than any NFL or NBA player, and only one walks away a winner, not even knowing the score. Women train years for a title they may not even get because a rookie comes in and sweeps the competition. They need to be sportsmanlike because they're all on the same team but opponents at the same time, which is insanely difficult. To keep poise and grace whenever one's name is not called is hard. They're competing 24/7. They're watched by the boards, other candidates, and little girls around the world. The playing field isn't just the stage, it's everyday life. So don't tell me for 1 minute that pageantry isn't a sport. Put yourself in 7-inch heels, constricting dresses, and 90-second talents for 1 week, and you'll see exactly what I mean.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was from our own Miss Southeastern Lily Gayle.
Thank you, Carson. From us at the big game, Mackenzie Fletcher, Richie Cruz, and Carson Frio, I'm Lily Gayle. For more of Line Athletics, please visit www.linesports.net. And for more of us at the Southeastern Channel, please visit www.thesoutheasternchannel.com. We'll see you at the next big game right here. Thanks for watching.